This is Fenol Guru. Catch me on the next episode of Church Facts, brought to you by BIA Media and Currency Entertainment.
Straight Facts. Today, joining us is Fenol Guru, a full-time entrepreneur, author, and real estate investor. He is the founder of Makai Real Estate Investing Incorporated and a spiritual wellness center owner. Welcome, brother. It's an honor.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's an honor. Okay. I feel like this is gonna be very, very, very good. You call yourself a guru, right?
Correct.
Or
Actually, I was given the name.
You was given the name.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
You know what? I like that better, actually, because it's not appointed, right? Someone said there's value,
Yeah.
and I guess it all made sense, right? I'm very, excited about this interview. It's not like your typical interview, you know what I mean, with rappers or personalities you're used to getting on the show, for sure.
A lot of gems today, so stay tuned. So, Fenol,
Yes, sir.
tell us pretty much like what led you to get into the real estate investment game.
Oh,
Like what was the key
Money.
factors? Money. Okay,
that was
he's
the
not
first
lying.
option.
Hold on. Did you get into the real estate game before COVID?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's that nigga rich.
Ooh,
Got a
okay.
girl?
Actually, I got into real estate back in 2009.
Okay.
There was a recession.
During the crash.
And it happens to be I was in the music business before. I was
Okay.
the promoter.
All right.
So I was doing a lot of shows. I worked with some major artists you guys might know. And then
Like who?
Rick Ross, Maybach Music.
Yes, sir.
We did some shows.
Yes, sir.
And then because
That's
it was a promotion
Yes, sir.
promotional company, right?
MFG,
Yeah. And then I had an artist that I was promoting, J. Creole. And then
J. Creole. Oh man, J. Creole.
Yeah.
He was there 2 weeks ago.
So I was the one who kind of helped him.
Yes.
Like launch his career.
But yeah, actually, no. He worked with Maybach Music for a minute.
Music, okay.
Yeah, so we had a
With me back music.
coalition. There.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's big. That's big.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so back to your question. My family we actually had a few pieces of land
Okay.
back home to say because I was born in Haiti, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So it starts all the way from Haiti.
Oh,
Your
yes.
real estate background.
So the memories are there. So as a kid, so your parents are taking you places to visit the lands, and then when I came to Canada, I was brought here by a sister of mine.
Yeah.
A lovely sister of mine.
Yeah.
So I was looking for a way to actually not only make money but to solve a problem
And what was that, bro?
within humanity, shelter.
Okay.
So there was a time during my youth, I didn't have a place to stay for a minute because I was living with my aunts. I was living from one house to the next, and then some of the houses they were not great. So I'm like, you know what? I need to find something purposeful so I can start something. And then real estate was it was the first thing that came to mind.
Right.
And then, man, it was hard.
Right.
Yeah, the learning was okay, but to implement what you learn, that was something else. Oh yeah, so I had a lot of knowledge, but I never really closed a deal because I didn't know where to go,
Right.
who to talk to, because you need lawyers,
Right.
you need coaches, you need contracts, and
So question for you on real estate, what was the first thing that you want to start? Like, was it commercial? Was it rentals? Like, what is it?
No, it was residential,
Okay.
but it had something to do. It had something to do with handicapped people.
Okay.
So I wanted to create the houses for people who are
With disabilities.
with disabilities. Correct.
Very niche, very smart.
That's good, yeah.
And tell me, what was the hardest part about doing your first investment?
Finding the money.
Right. I got a great idea. There's no money.
But fortunately,
But you made it happen.
Oh yeah, I mean like that's the other part because in real estate, once you find the deal, the money will follow you.
Okay.
That was the first lesson I learned in real estate. So you don't really need money to start investing.
Okay.
So you need to find the deal, and then the money will find you.
So you need to find the right people to work with you.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. And like, what do you look for in a real estate investment? What is it that like you say, you know what, this is a great idea, whereas some people are too afraid to take it? You know what I mean?
Oh, that would be location, and the type of material the building is built of. For
Okay.
example, brick houses are my favorite.
Okay. So
Yeah.
location, do you have any like good locations that you've had in the past from some real estate places that you've
Oh yeah,
planted?
actually, I did some deals in Miami
Oh, Miami.
while
okay.
I was living in Canada,
Okay.
and that was fun
Right.
because back then the houses were very, very cheap.
That was around 2009.
There was a
Right.
crash.
During the crash,
So
okay.
the houses that were around like 200,000, I can get them for like 80k.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
So and then some of the deals that we did were like zero down, like to the point where we give nothing to the owner,
Okay.
but we take possession of the property.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's,
Yeah.
that's
You
a
control
good-
the properties pretty much. I see.
And at the time, did you do any Airbnbs or was it all like you're renting?
Oh boy, no.
Renting to, like, long term.
No, Airbnb came afterwards. Actually, my company is the biggest. When Airbnb was hot in Ontario, my company was the biggest Airbnb company in Ontario.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they really shut it down with that new law, man. On
Oh
you.
yeah, well, we lost a lot of
They really
properties.
killed that game,
Oh yeah,
man.
we lost a lot of
God
investments
damn.
and.
But, you know,
we didn't lose all of them.
You're right.
We converted them into something else because you gotta adapt.
you gotta adapt with the
Yeah.
market, of course, brother.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And what are the benefits of real estate investing? You know, and which are the types of investment that other investments don't offer, right? So we know money's coming in, right? Hey, that's the rich man's laugh. Look at that laugh.
Yeah, no, I'm laughing at the question because
Yeah, sure,
it's,
buddy.
it's everything any human being can wish for:
Yeah.
stability and control.
Okay.
Control over your career, control over your wealth, control over pretty much. Yeah.
Very interesting.
That's
Very
real estate.
interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And how does someone without a lot of cash get started? I mean, you talked about Florida zero down
Yeah.
deals
Yeah.
in 2009.
Yeah.
Well, in 2022, how did we get it done, brother?
Still the same thing. I'm gonna say find someone with the money, but before you find the person, find the deal, find a house, make a contract with the person, and then.
So what are the challenges that you find with doing real estate? Because the way you make it sound, it just sounds like it is easy, but I think that there's a lot more struggles than just
Right.
finding the deal. You know, like I'm sure there's more.
Yeah, so that would be management.
Okay.
So if you don't have the right management team,
That's your property management team?
your investment is going to struggle. Yeah.
Very interesting. I guess at the beginning, were you doing some of the property management at
Yes,
first?
myself. Yes,
Right.
yes. And I had a partner too, so we're doing it together. And then we hired a bunch of different type of people
Yeah.
to help manage everything.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
like cleaning the Airbnbs and maintaining the properties. You know, like yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And based on like, okay, so you've been doing your real estate just in Ontario or other? Like you said, also you did in Miami. Is there any parts of Canada that
That's it, that's
okay.
it, yeah.
So based on you see how the housing market is in Ontario, do you foresee that there's going to be a big splurge into real estate with the crash coming in 2024 that they're expecting?
Oh, absolutely. If you have a house and this is the best time to sell it, I'm not saying sell it because we don't want to sell any real estate. That's the last thing we want to do. But first of all, we're not in the real estate game for for the property. We're in it for what the property can do. You know, the cash flow.
Yes.
The cash flow, yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
So if you're a homeowner, you wanna sell. This is the best time to sell because there is something coming. Something huge is coming.
Are you dropping on us an alert bomb on us on Straight Facts right now about your real estate investment?
You see how Toronto went to the peak.
Yes.
So right now prices are falling.
Yes.
So the last time we checked, let's say like our team, so prices are down by 25%.
Okay. And that's a big
Year to
down
date?
from 2020? Or?
No,
Yeah, from
that's
2021,
like
2022.
that's
Yeah.
just one 6 months.
6
Oh,
months.
in 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
We're talking year to date. Oh, he's talking six. Okay.
Okay.
So, for the average person, like, I mean, I'm maybe going off track a bit there, producers, forgive me. So basically, like, you know, what has to do with, like, you know, you're talking about the interest rates, like, does that have anything to do with that? Like, should we like, let's say someone, let's talk about it. Let's say someone you're looking to buy your first house. You know what I mean? Like, what steps should you take? Is it a good time right now? Like, should you wait? I mean,
so you want to buy a house to do what with? You know what I mean?
Right. Let's say, so that's the first question. What do you want to do with the property?
Yeah. You gotta have a plan. You can't just buy a property just to live in it. Otherwise, you're just consuming real estate.
Right.
So that's not an investment. It becomes a liability to you.
There you go.
Yes.
You know. Yeah. So if you want to start in real estate, like, it's always a good time to start in real estate.
Always a good.
Yes, because there's always a good deal. There's always someone somewhere with a property problem that you can solve.
Right.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And what do you wish someone, you know, told you when you started your career in real estate investing, and which took time to figure out on your own?
Patience. You gotta have a lot of patience. If you don't have patience, you won't find the deal.
And when do you need to apply patience most of the time? And what part of, you know, of the
when you're looking
process?
for the deal, because if you buy the wrong property, if you buy like I call it the madhouse. If you buy a madhouse, that house can kill your entire real estate career.
Right.
Yeah. You don't want to get stuck with a property that you can't even do anything with. Yeah.
All right. And what do you see the current housing market in Ottawa? Like, how's that going?
Ottawa is always a good spot to invest in. If you really want to invest,
coming from the Airbnb guy,
most people usually what they do, they go to Gatineau because they find it's kind of cheaper, or does it make a difference?
No, real estate doesn't work like that. No, that's people who are consuming real estate. So when you're in the capital, for example, Washington, Port-au-Prince, or Port of Spain, so those are ideal location because that's where the governments are located. So that's a secret. So they will always make sure like the real estate is always in a good shape.
In the capital cities, that's what you're saying.
They will invest in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the pandemic kind of showed it. I mean, it was a good bubble. You know what I mean? I mean, did you feel it, like, personally?
Of course.
Did you feel like Ottawa did better than your other properties?
No. Everybody felt it because most of our Airbnbs, for example, we were renting them to tourists.
Okay.
So when that happened, come on.
You couldn't fly, you couldn't come here, right?
No, and actually I was traveling the world. And then the moment I came to, when did it happen? It happened in January?
Around
March
January,
2020.
by the time it shut down
March 2020.
March 2020 when it shut down.
Yeah, so I came back to Canada in December-ish.
Okay.
And then a month later, I was in Toronto, and then it happens. So now we had to rethink everything that we were doing.
Now, for everybody that's watching this episode and is like, you know what, man, I want to be like this dude. You know, how do you determine the value of an investment? Okay, you see a property. How do you know how much it's worth? How much money is going to bring in? We want to know the insides, brother.
Actually, the first thing is the cap rate. How much time it will take you to make your money back, pretty much.
Right. What would you call it? Your cap rate?
The cap rate, yeah.
Cap rate. Okay.
So you have to that's how you calculate.
To get your initial investment, your down payment?
No.
Or the totality?
The totality, pretty
of
much.
the property, the investment property.
Everything, the expenses, the net operating income, everything all together.
Right.
You have to calculate everything about that property. Otherwise, you might lose on your property. On your investment.
So that's how you determine the value of an investment property.
Yeah. The cap rate is the most important part.
Okay.
And then the cash flow. Like if it's not cash flowing, then there's a problem.
Okay. Yeah. And you did mention that you said one of the reasons why you look for real estate is based on location. Is that one of the reasons that it's the most profitable way to find an investment, or what would you say is the best way to find a profitable investment? What is one of the key factors?
Yeah, like okay, so if you want to look like, let's say you want to invest in a hotel, which we don't do, right? So you
guys do not do that.
No, we will never do that.
You're very clear.
Yeah,
okay.
We are very specific about what we do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you want to like invest in a hotel, well, first of all, you gotta know the numbers.
Or people that go in that place.
Oh yeah, then you have to know your tenants who's living there, and then you like to speak to your management. Like everything is you need to have a good idea of what you're getting yourself into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And also the story of the building. You gotta know the story of the building.
Yes.
So your history.
Yes.
So it's like kind of like a car, right? The
Yeah.
car history fast, but it's different with properties, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard some weird stories about sometimes being in like houses being haunted, reducing the price, or murders being into a building and that reduces the price. You've seen that a lot?
Oh no, not. Well, actually, no, not like that. We had an incident not long ago. One of the guys that we hired to do a work for us.
Okay.
So he found a dead body and
Remains or
remains pretty much inside the building. So
that's rough.
that was in the news.
That's recently happened.
that
recently happened in
That was not too far from here.
from here. Yeah, I heard, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
That was your property?
No, it wasn't our property, but it was one of the guys that
That we did business with.
we
Yeah.
do.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as a real estate investor, how do you think that's going to affect the building price? Because I know it's for
Oh
sale now.
no, that's no, not much really.
Not much?
No, because the building was old. I think it was empty for a while.
Yeah.
So once we changed that, they don't have good memories.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
If you make it look nice, that's what they're looking for. So
I forgot what I ate for breakfast a few days ago, fam.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the weed I smoke, but it doesn't matter. I hope my parents don't watch this. But anyway, so what is the greatest lesson you learned while investing in real estate? It sounds painful. Sounds like you lost a lot.
no, that's the.
But you look like you make a lot, but
it's beautiful, man.
beautiful?
It's beautiful.
Go ahead.
You know when you get the chance to help somebody,
Okay.
let's say someone with a house problem, man, that brings joy into your heart. Man.
Living in a home is so personal, you know? I could see how it was big for you.
Absolutely. You gotta have a shelter. This is the main reason why we're not only investing, we're helping people.
Yeah, you mentioned that in the
Yeah.
pre-interview,
Yeah.
So your thing is what to build communities to help, like, because you said you first started off with people with disabilities, right? So now did you explore outside of that, or is it still that the main focus? Or
Okay, so so we went a little bit beyond that.
Okay.
So we're offering homes to pretty much anyone who's looking for a home.
okay,
So meaning peace of mind. Because you know how hard it is to not have a home, man.
oh, it's very hard.
It's
out there.
tough.
It's very hard. Yeah,
It's difficult to not have a place where where you can lay your head and have your kids put your kids to safety.
Exactly. Yeah. and it makes a
For
big
sure.
difference in like shaping out your outcome, right? If you
Correct.
Now, Fenol,
Yeah.
there's someone watching you right now in your blazer and is wondering, what Canadian city do you feel has an untapped potential as for real estate investing? Right? Where's the next gem? Give the people what they want. Tell us.
Come to Ottawa.
Ottawa?
Yes.
Out of
Always
all
Ottawa.
Canadian cities?
Come to Ottawa.
Any particular part in Ottawa? Is
Right.
it the west? Is it the east?
Yeah.
Well, anything. Let's say anything 15 minutes away from Ottawa is the perfect investment.
Perfect.
15 from downtown Ottawa.
Okay.
And then further out from 15?
And also look for any land you can put your hands on that are close to the train.
The LRT, yeah.
To the
Oh,
LRT?
you see that?
Correct.
Okay. It's
So
gonna be a killer. yeah.
you find something. Yeah.
But hold on.
Yes, sir.
So 15 minutes from downtown.
Okay.
So hold on. Orleans qualifies, I think.
You said
It's
close to the LRT, right?
And it's close to LRT too.
Correct.
Okay,
It's
so
expanding
Canada,
there.
Barhaven, they would all qualify.
At the moment, no.
Not by
No.
No.
Well, they were gonna get the LRT.
Eventually.
Eventually.
In 2029, maybe.
But
Who
right
knows?
now, you
So how far from the LRT
hold
do
it.
you
You
need
can
to be?
hold it. You can invest in it.
How far from the LRT do you have to be?
No, very, very close. Don't be too
Very
far.
close?
Don't be.
So Canada's getting the extension. Well, it's going to Moody out west in the Ottawa region. Just so y'all know.
Yeah.
So would you say that it impacted well Canada, or did it impact as much Canada?
Well, Canada is a nice area, but there's not much really in terms of because of the zonings. You cannot build like
there's a lot of radiation in towers around there too.
Investment property within the 15-minute radius of Ottawa and close to LRT. That's what you'd recommend.
Correct.
So it's very different than what you recommend for different types of property investments.
For example, in Canada, you can do lease options. You can do different
How?
Lease.
rent to own.
Oh, lease. Okay, rent to own. Okay.
Yeah, because those are family houses mainly. Yeah.
Would you say that applies out to Barhaven in Orleans?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And our man Zo talked about Gatineau. How do you feel about Gatineau?
Oh, Quebec. Well, they have different rules.
Okay.
There are certain things you can do there as a business person.
Yeah.
If you're 5 minutes away from downtown Ottawa, you're thinking long and hard about that investment, stronger than if you'd be 5 minutes within the city of Ottawa.
Well, that's the thing, because it's Quebec. Quebec is a different province.
You guys have any properties there?
Actually, we had one. We had to let it go. It was a condo. So there's not much going on there, to be honest. If you want to live there because it's cheaper for you to live there as a person with your family, that's good. But for as a company, like, no.
Okay.
Coming from the big dog.
Not because it's cheap that you think it's a good investment. It's not like that.
And Fenol, see, we got some books out here, so I want to let
looking
like
very
the viewers
nice.
know what's so special about them. And first of all, like, let's name some of the titles right here.
Okay, so this one is Living Beyond My Wildest Dreams.
Okay, and tell us what's that about. What's that regarding?
So this is a self-help book.
Okay.
So it's regarding it's regarding people who are going through life situations.
So is it any type of situation or just to find?
Yes, there are a few. It can be mental.
Okay.
It can be emotional. And it can be physical. Also, it can be spiritual, which is the main reason why it's written.
Okay.
So also financial. But the biggest aspect of this is the fact that you're a human being. As a human being, there are a lot of things you have to work on.
For sure.
This is about growth.
Okay.
This is about,
you said, huh?
yes, about growth. This is about peace. This is about finding your
This book would be recommended for what age group? Would it be someone that's in their teens,
actually,
or adults, or what?
This is if you're in your teen, it's good for you. If you're in your 20s, it's good for you. If you're 20 up, good for you.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like.
I like the head start though. I like what you said, the teens, you know?
Yeah.
I like the head start.
Just think about everything is all
Young men,
information
young women, they need to
technology,
start
right?
early.
So
Correct.
everything is accessible through technology, right?
Yeah.
So teens are now getting this access, so why not start early, right?
Because when I was a teen, that's when everything started. All the mental issues. No guidance. Nobody. They don't understand you.
Nobody wants to support you. Just let you figure it on your own. Huh? Okay.
So I'm gonna have to say something actually.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
When I was a teen, I almost committed suicide.
Wow.
3 times.
3 times, not even once. 3 times.
And my family had no idea about it.
Okay.
So
tough.
there's a lot of things going on within the teen's life that they will never, especially men,
No, for sure.
young boys, they will never talk to the parents about it, even their friends. They will hold it on, and then they will turn into anger. You will turn into like rage.
So it's the pride and the ego that's holding people back. That's what you're saying.
Not even that. No, it's the fact that we don't have any openness
Openness in the culture to talk.
to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta have some ego.
sure.
Because real estate requires some ego. You know, you can't just do. Yeah.
That's
And this
amazing
book,
what you're
this was written when? Like this.
So this one was about 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
So it took me about 9 years to write that.
Okay, so this is like a company.
This is it.
9 years of like since you came here, or 9 years of your what part of your life would you say? You would
So
say?
9 years in terms of my author's life.
Okay.
Because I have 13 other books.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what's
including
up.
this one. So this one.
Number 2.
Alright, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, bro. You know, before we talk about this, man, honestly, it's very nice. Nice is an understatement. It's amazing, man. What I'm hearing, you know, like you said, it took you 9 years to come up with this, so you know it came from real life experience, pain, and you seem to me like someone very poised. So you must have studied elders and gotten advice from mentors. And got some, you know, growing pains. You know what I mean? And then you're talking about, you know, winning against, you wanting to kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like that's big, you know. And I'm sure a lot of boys out there are going through this. You know what I mean? Talked
And
about the pressure of being a
sorry
man.
to interrupt. I just want to take from that take that you just said the 3 times. What is it that kept you going all the time? Because that's an important message to share, right? Because a lot of people go through it and they don't know what is it that kept you saying from doing it, and just because it's a lot, right?
So only later on, and I had an incident on my last attempt. I fell, and then when I woke up from that situation, I started smiling for the first time, man.
Oh, that's good.
I'm like, am I okay?
Yeah.
I thought I was dead in the first place. And I started smiling. I'm like, there's something weird about this. And I feel at peace. I'm like, where is that coming from? What is this about? This is not normal. And so now I think I'm going crazy now. Now I'm sick. Now I need to go see a doctor. And first of all, I used to go see the doctors. They couldn't figure out like what was wrong with me. Because I had a lot of trauma as a kid, growing up and stuff.
For sure, trauma could definitely affect you. And you talked about as a kid, as a young boy holding it in, right? It's kind of like how society, wants you to do it, right? And then again, I think the rise of the manosphere the last few years, has helped a lot of young boys and a lot of young men out there.
You want to break down this manosphere thing? You keep on mentioning.
I'm talking about the manosphere. The manosphere is basically channels that are there to help men. You know what I mean? Just like there's channels to help women, right? But it's basically an avenue where you can go ahead and talk and go ahead and let go, right? And be like, you know what? I'm not alone. That's big, man. These books are very interesting. Which one is this one? How to Plan Your Way to Success.
Correct.
Right? So it gives you a roadmap. Absolutely.
Because as a human being, as a person, whether you're young or an adult, you need goals. Once you can clarify your goals, you set them up, then you have to take the steps. You have to follow. This is what this is book about. It's about action.
Now, you wrote these 2 books. You wrote a bunch of other books. Like, people refer to you as a guru. Your name is Fenol Guru. You know what I mean? So, can you let us know, what qualifies you to be a guru?
Oh, well, the people gave me that name, actually.
So you didn't self-appoint, like someone gave it to you. You got it.
So not just someone, like a lot of people, like, okay, so what happened is, so after the incident, I was 21, by the way, when that happened. And then I woke up from this place. I call it a heaven. It's a heavenly place for me. That's my definition of it. And at first, I didn't have a word for it because it's too good. There's no way I can be so content. There's no way I can be so fulfilled. There's no way I can be so light. And it stays there, like the lightness, the peace. It stays there. Like I'm like, why am I not angry anymore? Why am I not sad anymore? Like, what's going on? So with that came a lot of things, a lot of wisdom, a lot of
enlightenment,
vision. That's a big word.
That's a big word. At 21 too. That's a big word.
That's a big word, and I was afraid of it. Because I didn't know how to express it. I didn't know like how to get it out. So as I reflect on my life and on this world, the way I see the world, from that state, something happened. And so like I was like, okay, so there's no way I can keep this for myself. That will make me selfish. So I mean, I'll fall back into the ladder again, into that matrix. So I decided that I'm going to teach. I didn't decide that. I decided that, but at the same time, it wasn't me. It was not like a me. Because there's no ego thing, there's nothing, there's no person behind that. The universe, let's say God, whoever believe in God. So let's say the universe chooses me to say what I have to say, but in a healing way. Whatever I say, whatever I do, it has to be purposeful towards someone. And that's how when loving too, everything comes with that.
I like this part from your book. I feel like you should read it so the people can know. Just this quote right here. It says a lot. It says a lot.
Yeah, we got Zoe to read a book. I mean, I'm not to say not a nigga that don't read books.
Last time I checked, you keep on looking someone, my friend. You know what I mean? I'm talking to you about reading, my friend. The camera's right there, my friend. Exactly.
I think this nigga went to college.
Think sharp, man. Think smart, man.
He's the cool nigga in college.
Actually, before I read this for you, I started reading really at 21 after that incident.
That's
for the first time in my life. I went to the library. I picked up a book, and that book was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay. That's what's up. Yeah.
Now, I didn't even know
Why
how
did you
to.
pick that book?
Which book?
That one book? That sounds like a big deal. Why did you pick that book?
That's the thing. So the universe is guiding you now. You're no longer in control.
You literally like.
Yeah, you go somewhere, you see something, then you align with whatever you are.
And why would you say the universe line up something? What was the biggest takeaway of that book?
Anything your mind can believe, your mind can achieve.
Tell them.
That's big
No, that's
facts,
factual,
man.
man. Yeah,
And now, before we finish,
No, before you let him. He's gonna break it down before he reads this. So go ahead, continue.
So yeah, so what's written here? It's a code of mine. It says, "You shall rise above all circumstances, break free from all psychological pain and suffering, and expand beyond your wildest dreams."
That just says a lot right there. Do you understand that, my man Reggie?
sounds very deep. My brain's got to process this. But I tell you that, you know what, bro? Like, we need more of that. Because people don't want to be patient. They feel helpless. They feel like there's no hope. And they feel the pressure. And it's weighing down. You know? And it's weighing down. And like, you tell me that book inspired you, right? To go ahead and do better for your life is just it moves me a lot, man. I'm really interested in those two books, man. Do they sell well?
Absolutely, yes.
sell well,
actually, this is the bestseller.
It's a bestseller?
So this one, yes.
Wow. Get yourself, and I'm sure we could find you on Instagram.
Oh yes, actually, it's Fenol Guru on Instagram.
Fenol Guru on Instagram, okay.
And also Wellness Living Center.
Yes. And we'll make sure to check that out.
I'm pretty big on TikTok.
Oh, you're on TikTok too?
Oh yes, it's major.
Oh, you're okay. Wow. So look out for that on TikTok.
And Facebook.
Okay, and Facebook. Shout out to all our people on Facebook. Now, Fenol, do you have any final thoughts?
Of course. Oh, for a book, actually. One of the books,
Yeah.
like, so this one is $30.
$30, okay. And where can they get,
Okay.
these books?
Chapters.
Chapters, okay.
This one is 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's proper.
So,
That's very reasonable.
So make it affordable for.
Yeah, sounds very
They're on
reasonable.
Amazon too, by the way.
Amazon as well. Okay.
Right.
And question for you, Fenol. So, like, based off all the game that you've been doing this since 2009, now that you know a lot about real estate, what would you tell yourself, your younger self, when you were doing this? What would you have done differently? Because there's a lot of lessons in this game, right? And this is trying to help out the future Fenol gurus that are out there watching today on Straight Facts. You know, yeah.
So I'll say learn as much as you can from someone who made it, and then you're gonna be on your way.
So networking, right?
Networking.
So what would be the proper way for them to learn?
Well, usually events.
Events, okay.
Yeah. Go to workshops, seminars, and then go to the golf course. I don't play golf though. I mean.
Wow. You network a lot at the golf course?
Oh yeah, I used to go there. I didn't know how to play.
Hold on. Fenol just told us we're gonna go get the investors, all right?
There you go.
Did you find a lot of investors?
Oh
there?
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I can go on the beach, on the beaches too, because they love to hang out.
On the beaches as well?
Oh yeah, they love.
But this
pleasures.
is big, Fenol, because people might wonder, where do you find these investors, right? You like find a good idea, and then the investors will follow. But are they gonna come from the ball court, or are they gonna come from the golf court, right? I think they could come from the ball court too, but
Like I think I said it before. If you want to find investors, just find a deal, and then post it online and somewhere online.
Someone's gonna come to you, right?
You're gonna have a ton of investors rushing at you for that deal. Yeah.
I also want to know about your wellness center. Like, tell us about it. Like,
that's very
it's important. Right? I don't know what it's really about, but maybe you can give us a little detail of what your focus
So the
on.
Wellness Center is a non-profit.
Okay.
Actually, most of it now, it's all about the center.
The center.
So we are currently like looking to build a $3.5 million center. Right now we have one. It's very small, but so like it's in downtown Ottawa. But really, like what we're looking for is to build something bigger,
Okay.
something that can actually house people.
House people, okay.
would you keep it downtown, or are you looking to maybe
no.
go further out?
Well, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
So, well, the fact that healing, you don't need to have a specific location to be healed.
I found
That's
a lot
true,
of
that's
healing
true, that's
healing centers are like ranches or like I don't know. Maybe I watched too much freaking what's it called intervention, but that's a good point too. You brought up. You know?
You don't need to go to church to be healed.
No.
You don't need to go to church to be saved. You don't need to go somewhere, a mosque or temple to find peace. No, it comes to you wherever
Right.
you are. If you really, if you really open for it, you will find it. Yeah.
That's very interesting. And do you have any final thoughts on what would you like to give a new investor, you know, that's out there that is thinking about, you know, maybe taking the plunge and haven't moved forward on taking action yet?
Oh, overcome the fear, overcome the doubt. You can do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
don't listen to
what
the
the market is like.
naysayers, huh?
No, don't listen to those.
Just drop them racks, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. Don't listen to the people. Just listen to your heart.
Everybody's got an opinion when it comes to real estate as well.
Listen to your heart. You want to do something, just do it.
And that's straight facts.
And that's Straight Fit Exo said it.